chats here in downtown Toronto with co-producer and director Josh Jensen of The Scene, an exploration of music in Toronto. How did you get going on this project?
Well, it started about a year ago. Andrew approached me about working together, and he had done a documentary short about some local musician in Ottawa that was making his comeback, and I'd moved to Toronto and met virtually everyone I met, it seemed, was in a band. And so we kind of realized that this was sort of ripe for the picking in terms of trying to talk about the issue of local musicians and trying to make a living in Toronto as a musician and just how difficult that is. So we wanted to kind of explore the drama of it and also just the importance of actually supporting local artists and local musicians.
And you have 3 different bands in different phases of their careers.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about each of them so the audience knows a little bit more?
So Committed to Rhyme, it's fronted by a friend of mine. Again, we met at a job. And it's sort of a Rage Against the Machine kind of group. The Altercockers they're in their 40s. They've been playing for years. They've had all kinds of experience, but never found that big break. And then the Ruby Spirit are on very much of an upward trajectory. They have a really great sound. They're very dedicated to their craft, and they seem to have a very bright future ahead of them if they can just get that break, and that's really the trick.
And did you find that all of these groups are equally as positive and sort of content?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part. Sometimes it's tough because, with Committed to Rhyme, we have Josh Jensen, the front man in the film. He sometimes works 60 hours a week, and it's, you do your best to maintain a positive mindset, but it's very difficult to pursue a life in music when you're working that many hours a week and have the energy to go and practice and perform and write. So at the end of the day, though, they do seem to have this miraculously positive outlook about the whole thing, despite the kind of hardships that they have to go through to kind of pursue what they love.
What types of things do you think we can do as a community to help support the indie music scene?
Go to shows. That's the most important thing. I mean, right now, there's not a lot of money obviously being made on albums. It's all merchandise and it's live shows. So go to the shows. A lot of the times, you might think the band is being paid. That's not necessarily the case. Often what will happen is they'll bring a jar around, a pay what you can jar. Please put money into it. Put a toonie or $5, whatever you can manage, and help support the bands. Because they're out there putting on a show, and a lot of time and effort and money and sweat goes into it. The least we can do is kind of support that so that they can keep doing what they love and maybe have a chance at a career.
What was the most shocking thing that you learned about these musicians when you made the film?
The most shocking thing? Well, I mean, in terms of the local musicians, I guess I didn't realize just how, I don't want to sound too negative, but how dire it is. Often they're working 1 or 2 jobs, they're living at home to save money, and it's very difficult to actually make any sort of living. I mean, not even a living, you can't even make any money at all at these shows half the time. So that was probably the most shocking thing from the local perspective, and then kind of at the grander, Canadian music perspective, because we do talk about the industry as a whole as well, is that, just looking at how the bar has been lowered just for, gold and platinum. Like it used to be, you sell 50,000 or 100,000, that's gold and platinum. But in the last few years, they've dropped that kind of quietly to 40 and 80. So you just kind of look at that as symptomatic of the way things are going as a whole in the musical community in Canada. So it's pretty shocking in a way to see how far things have come.
How does it feel to be screening at the Canadian Film Festival? We're
really excited to be screening at the Canadian Film Festival. We're playing at the Royal, March 23rd, 6 p.m. And we played in my hometown of Belleville a week or 2 ago to 100 people, and now we're playing to potentially 450 if we can fill the house. So it's quite a jump up, but we're extremely excited. We're optimistic we're going to pack the house because it's local issues. It's about Toronto. It's about musicians. It's in the West End. I think we're going to pack the house, and I'm really excited about seeing people come out, and I'm very curious to see what the response will be in Toronto. But I'm excited. I'm very excited to see how that turns out.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you and on the film online?
The best place to go would be thescenedoc.com. That's thescenedoc.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Please connect. We can hook you up with information on the band, so you can go out and see a show if you like what you see. And it seems like everyone kind of has a favorite band when they see the film. So get in touch with us, get in touch with the bands. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, thescenedoc.com.
Thank you so much. Congratulations and best of luck at the Canadian Film Festival.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
I'm Katie Ullman reporting for Katie Chats here in downtown Toronto.